I'm so fucking annoyed. I'm going to put this on airplane mode and see if it works with the Wi-Fi. Let me give it a minute and see if it works. Yeah, because I started a new live stream, but I can't do that every time the phone rings. These fucking people need to stop. They need to fucking stop. I mean, it's ridiculous. They fucking call all day long. Yeah, see, if it's on airplane mode, it's not connecting. It won't connect. See, now you got to take it off airplane mode. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about it. I keep blocking the numbers, but they're just calling from other lines. Sarah, I told C guy that I'm not looking for a connection. I don't want to mislead. He said it's okay. And he again sent me a reel, which I just liked and didn't reply. After that, he texted me his current feelings. I think he's still going to be reaching out to you for a little while. I wouldn't respond to him anymore. Because I think he's still, like, he heard what you said. He knows you're not interested, but he's going to continue to pursue it for a little bit. Eminem, love for Taurus. Slow and steady wins the race. If this person is currently in a relationship, it should be functioning well. If they're not with anyone, their life is moving forward. It could be with a Cancer. Looks like new energy coming in. Maybe Earth too, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. New beginnings are on the horizon, and their luck is changing, but they're a little slow. It's a little slow and steady wins the race. XXX, love. When it comes to love, you got happiness coming in. Explore your options and don't settle for less than you want or deserve. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. You've got Air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You have an Aries, and then you may also have a Virgo. Empress is bringing in love and money or more of it. You may also have a Scorpio around. So explore your options if you're not with anyone right now. I mean, it's ridiculous with these people. My brothers, too. Avery's dad. I mean, everybody. It's ridiculous. Stop calling. And they're calling from all over because the area codes are all different. Amen. This week with O. How do I do a spam filter, Davey? You have any idea? Because I tried and I can't figure it out. Amen for this week with O. There may be a little anxiety around this situation, but it looks okay. Slow and steady wins the race. Expressing your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful. Communication comes in or communication picks up. Yeah, my dad, well, I don't know if he has Verizon anymore. I don't know what he has. But he doesn't get them. He said that there's a way that you could set the phone, but I can't figure it out. And nobody I know seems to know how to do it. I know, I was thinking too, maybe I should switch back to Verizon. I got really pissed at them, and that's why I left. But AT&T is no better. They screwed me just as bad. Birsha, General. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and life moves forward. You've got a new journey that begins, and you may reconnect with an old friend or someone you haven't seen in a while. You could be planning travel. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and with the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Okay, Bella says go to airplane mode and then connect to the Wi-Fi. Let's try it. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Maybe that's going to work. Let's try it. See what happens. It looks like it's working. Thank you. Maybe that's the solution. Fucking idiots. Got a call. Bella, I'm going through a new training program. Will I get a decent job going this route? Yeah, it could lead you to a new job. Absolutely. Bella, same thing happened to me. I switched to AT&T thinking my bill will be cheaper. It's only saving me $15 and I have more dead spots. What happened to me was, oh, this is such a stupid story. Do you remember years ago, the BlackBerry, the one that had the ball? Remember the one that had the ball? I had that one for years and it was fine. When it was time to upgrade, I remember asking the guy, I'm like, you think I should go to the iPhone? And he was like, if you're happy with BlackBerry, stay with BlackBerry. So I got the next one that didn't have the ball. I forgot what it was called. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The first night I got it, wake up the next morning, phone is totally dead. Take it back, and they gave me another one. They said it was a fluke. Well, I had that phone for a couple of weeks. Same thing. It went totally dead. It was totally black. I couldn't turn it on. And then it happened a couple of times. They sent me like an insurance phone. And then I had one that I had for a couple of months. And I dropped it, and a piece cracked off over here. But the phone was fine. It was still working. And then the same thing happened. Totally went black. I couldn't get it to turn on. I brought it back to Verizon. Now, at the time, I'd been with Verizon for years. And I had a Weimaraner that used to eat all my cell phones. I mean, I used to go back in there with the cell phones chewed up. And I remember the flip phones with the buttons. And when you texted, you had to hit the button 3 times. Those phones. And I was always honest. I'm like, obviously, what happened to the phone? My dog got a hold of the phone. I know I have to pay for the insurance, whatever. I had insurance on it, $50. It'd send you an insurance phone. Well, that didn't happen to the BlackBerry. I didn't even have the dog anymore. The dog died. I had Dylan, who bothered nothing. So I go in with the phone and I explain the problem. And this woman, you damaged this phone. You did this. Screaming and yelling at me. And I'm like, I didn't do this. Look at the history. This is the 3rd or 4th time I've brought back the phone. The same problem keeps happening. I'm not doing this for you. You're not getting anything. I said, look, when I went, I asked the kid, should I get the iPhone? And he said, no, stay with what you know. And this phone has been nothing but a problem. This is my 4th one. She wouldn't give me a new phone. She wouldn't change me to the iPhone. So I said, you're telling me that it's going to be cheaper for me to break my contract with Verizon and go to AT&T? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, then cancel my contract. I'm going to AT&T. And that's what I did. Because I needed a phone. I was teaching yoga at the time, and the only way they could get to me was through the phone. And in the meanwhile, I had to turn on, I don't know if you could still do it, but you used to be able to like call them and turn on an old phone. I had this old flip phone that looked like when you opened it, it was a real keyboard. I had put rhinestones all over it. I guess that was popular at the time, but like some of the letters didn't work. So when I texted, some letters didn't work, like S didn't work, T didn't work. It was really old, but I was using that until I got the new phone because I needed something if they needed to get in touch with me. And I was so aggravated with the way that I was treated. So I went to AT&T, and I was fine with AT&T until I started having trouble here with the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi from Cablevision I kept buffering. And I said to them, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Should I get another phone line? Should I, what do you suggest? So they said, yeah, we'll give you your own line for the iPad. So I got my own phone number for the iPad, which means, and then they were like, oh, and for business, you can have your own phone number so that you could have clients call the iPad. So I was like, okay. And I paid for this for over a year. And then I noticed that the Wi-Fi started buffering again. And I'm like, it shouldn't be buffering. It should be on data. Well, that they never hooked up the phone number. They gave me the phone number, but they never turned it on. So I had been paying for a phone line that was never turned on. So when I called them, they were like, you have to disconnect that number. So I called to disconnect the number. When it was disconnected and I called them back, I'm like, now it's disconnected. I want a refund for all the months that I paid. Oh, the number's been disconnected. We can't give you a refund. I'm like, I fucking just disconnected it today. They wouldn't refund me the money. They did refund me, I think, for 3 months, but I think I paid for like well over a year. And I was so pissed. I was so pissed. And I didn't realize it. I guess the Wi-Fi was picking up the signal. So yeah, I'm not thrilled with AT&T either. They could kick rocks for all I care. Anyway. You know, these companies should not be allowed to do bullshit like that. The line was never connected. There was never not one phone call that went there. When I called the line from my regular phone, it was like, the call you made cannot be completed as dialed. Ridiculous, ridiculous. I just totally got scammed. Emily, today and tomorrow with Soha, expecting to see him. You probably will see him. It looks average, and you may be feeling undecided or a little disappointed in something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but things look a little out of balance, but you probably will see each other. Bernard, I'm okay. She's good. She's good. She's in school now. Lucinda, anything that Tara wants me to know. Maybe working on a new creative project or creative hobby. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Listen to your intuition. Life could change for you for the better quickly, and you have the world at your feet. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Maybe spending time with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or possibly a Gemini. Red, what would happen if I never started my meds? Kids think that I would have died. I'm a thug. I would have drank the potion like death becomes. Oh my God. If you never started this medication, I don't know that you would have died, but it does look like you would have continued to have issues. And I think, like, I don't think it was going to be an option. If whatever was happening was going to continue, it wasn't going to be an option. You were going to have to take the medication. Otherwise, eventually, it could have caused bigger problems. I don't know what the circumstance is, but it could have left you with some kind of a disability of some type. JJ, will they agree to my 30 hours plus fixed minimum salary if I want to request from my job, or 30 hours and not salary? Okay, let's see. You may be able to get the salary. Yeah, that may be. Zara, general reading for today and tomorrow. You might be feeling like grounded and stable, happy and content around life moving forward. Slow and steady wins the race, but on stable ground. Like it's an overall like good feeling day. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Listen to your intuition. Maybe spending time with Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and life begins to move forward. And then you also may have air here, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Not a bad day. Not a bad couple of days. Is there anyone here I haven't answered for? Oh, you're welcome. Davey, what does Tarot want me to know? Empress could be bringing in love and money or more of it. Life is coming into balance. You might have choices and options around social activity. Could be planning travel. Life is moving forward towards greener pastures. Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. And take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Mercury retrograde is playing with me. Playing with everybody. Bernard, general reading for tomorrow for the next 25 days. Life moves forward towards greener pastures. Cooperation and compromise and teamwork is favored around work, school, or business that can make a wish come true. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Maybe spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past. Not bad, not bad. Mayor Rob, spirit guidance. The world, Archangel Michael, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, path towards enlightenment. Eight of air, an illusion of being trapped, lack of confidence, or afraid to take action. Renewal, Archangel Jeremiel, review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts, and it's time to move in a new direction. Pretty good, pretty good. Bella, how will he respond if I go back to his live? Good. Happy and content. Yeah, maybe happy to see you. It looks positive. Aditya had a Sakshi Misra feel for me. You may find you to be somebody who is well-balanced, grounded, stable, down to earth. Like a kind-hearted, compassionate person. Somebody who is sensible, a loyal friend. New love. Why did P run off so soon and didn't want to talk? Just may not have been feeling like they, you know, they may have wanted to take time for themselves. It looks like they have a lot on their plate and they needed some, maybe to take care of some of their own personal things. They didn't really have time for it. Susie, I found out my ex and sister-in-law are following each other on TikTok. How did this happen? Did he follow her first or did she follow him? I'm not happy with this. I think he followed her. I think he saw her and he followed her. That's what I think happened. Okay, should I text Chav or wait until she reaches out? I need to talk to her about something important, but she ignores my last message. If it's something important, I would say reach out to her, but the situation is out of balance. I'm not confident that she's going to respond. Yeah, I would say maybe time to disconnect from this situation. But if you want to try, you have something important to discuss, that's fine. But the two of you aren't on the same page. And if you continue to pursue it, it's not helpful. It's not helpful. Because the two of you aren't on the same page. So the way that it reads is you're pursuing something that's kind of like a dead end. And continuing to pursue it is not going to change the way the other person feels. Starfall for the rest of the day. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Slow and steady wins the race. You may be working on a new creative project or creative hobby. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Not bad. Bella, will my mother's finances improve? She keeps running into roadblocks. She should say an improvement between now and the end of the winter. Yeah. Is there anybody else here I haven't answered for yet? Hi, Martisha. B, I'm okay. I hope you are too. What can I expect in the next 7 days? You could have money coming in and you may be feeling a little bit more financially secure. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Life's moving forward towards greener pastures. Maybe spending time with an Aries. Making decisions that push life forward. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Martisha, messages for today. Negativity moves into the past and you may have a wish that comes true. No longer holding yourself back. Life is moving forward and you're ready for it. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care, and life changes for the better for you quickly. Maybe paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan that can make you feel relief. Pretty good. Butterfly, would Per want to stay in contact with me? I don't think that this is something, it's not something that they're actively thinking about. So it's like when you're in contact with somebody, you're just in contact with them. You don't think I want to stay in contact. Your relationship just develops. So if you want to be in contact with this person, you would have to be the one to pursue it. Bernard, it's not that cold here today. Yeah, not too bad. I think I hurt my elbow. Oh, I did. Look. At that place we went to yesterday. Those kids' places will really bang you up. Like, it kept feeling sore. I'm like, what happened to my elbow? And then I remembered I also banged my head. You know how many times you're going to bang your head at those places? They are a lot of fun, though. They have these slides. There's 2 slides and they're like neon. They're lit up neon. They're so cool. And then there's another one that's like a tube with neon colors that you go down. But you could take a beating going down. Did you ever see that meme? Where it's an angel and she comes down like from the steps of heaven and she's got a clipboard and she looks at the guy and she's like, "Oh, did you have fun on the slide?" That's how I feel. Is there anyone else here I haven't answered for? All right, Dee, go ahead and put a question. Relationship advice, could you be a little bit more specific? Like, where are you in your relationship? Susie, I plan on confronting my sister-in-law about the fact that she follows my ex on TikTok. How will it go? She's going to make light of it. She's going to say that it's like not a big deal. And like, why do you care kind of a thing. Yeah. Yeah, she's going to kind of like downplay it. Like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like, it's just social media. It's no big deal. I mean, it'll be okay. I don't know if... You could probably get her to unfollow him. Because I don't think she cares that much. Are they both following each other? Mel, Scorpio's energy around his birthday today. Maybe a little disappointed. Like feeling argumentative, disappointed. Maybe feeling stuck or stagnant. Not thrilled. Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, which could be like feeling bad luck, feeling like negative, like the negative. Yeah. Not great. Step, any good news? You may get good news around work, school, or business. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. Lay down the law, set boundaries. It'll serve you well. A new journey begins. You got a wish coming true around life moving forward. And old bullshit is healing and moving into the past. That's pretty good. Stargate, me and Jake. Does not have to be romantic. Things look a little slow. So the Hermit is here, which can indicate that emotionally somebody is closed off. I don't see romance here. I know you said it didn't have to be romance, but I don't see all that much happening here. It looks like one person may be putting in a whole lot of effort and the other person puts in minimal. So things show as a little bit out of balance. Don't overthink things, but try to keep the energy balanced. Yeah, it looks like things look a little out of balance. RIDD. HAA, I just started seeing a guy and I'm not sure how well it's going. I'm confused if I should give him more time or should I not wait for the potential. What's the person's name or astrological sign? Susie, they're following each other. I don't want him to see anything about my life through her. I don't want him to have any connection to me. It was an abusive relationship. I hear you. The thing is that unfortunately with the internet, it's like you can't keep things from people because there's a way to find out. And unless you don't put anything up, if he wants to, he's going to find a way to see it, whether it's through her or someone else. I understand it because I have a situation with somebody who is stalking out my life. it has like a total fascination with me that is beyond fucking disgusting. And every time I block her, she shows up on another account. Like I'll block her on one and then she shows up on Avery's account. And I tried to like report her, like, like this is a child's account. Like, but they're like, oh, it's within the guidelines. So there's nothing they can do about it. All I could do is block her. I talked about it with one of my friends who's a cop, and she's like, you could go to the police, but they're just going to tell you to block her. They're not going to do anything. So, it's like if you're putting it up there, then it's your responsibility. And it's unfortunate that that's how it is, but you can't do anything from keeping shit away from people if you're putting it on the internet. And then I got mad at my brother because my brother is like, just fucking leave it alone. Like if she wants to follow you, let her follow you. Like she's just going to keep making accounts. And for me, I'm like, I don't want this fucking see you next Tuesday to know where I am, who I'm with, or what I'm doing. Like leave me the fuck alone. But it's my, like, then don't put it up there. And, he's right. It's like there's nothing that you can do to control what people see if you're putting it up on the internet. And I hate that, but it's unfortunate that these losers have nothing better to do. So if you're watching me right now, I think you're a loser, and so does everybody else. Like, you're a fucking loser. Like, move on with your life. Leave me alone. But they can't. They can't because they're fixated. They're fascinated. It's like, and for me, it's like a fucking twisted psycho loser. Like, what? We're not friends. I was never your friend. Why are you trying to follow me? Like, anyway, it's a long story, but you get what I'm saying. And I know that I don't like that answer, but that's what it is. It's like, don't put it up there if you don't want him to see it, because he'll find a way. It sucks. Red, why is she Aaliyah in my energy? She's shady too. She's a little shady. Yeah, she's a little out of balance. Fool is in reverse. Something will get revealed around the situation. You may hear something about this person. You may run into this person. I wouldn't pay it any mind. So if somebody says something about her or you run into her, I would just keep it moving. Yeah. She's a little shady. She may be having a tower moment around her. Oops, too bad. Alpha, General. Life moves forward towards greener pastures and perseverance pays off. Listen to your intuition. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Growth, change, and transformation comes in and around like work, school, or business. And you may have a new business opportunity coming in. Could be spending time with fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Priyanka, General. Disappointment heals and moves into the past, and life moves forward. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Lay down the law, set boundaries. It'll serve you well. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Show empathy, work guidance for me. I feel very low at my current job. I don't know why I don't feel the same for my colleagues the way I used to. It looks as if you've kind of outgrown the job. Teamwork is favored and life could move forward here, but you may be exploring options, could be bringing in something else for you over the course of the next 3 to 6 months. I think you've outgrown the job. I think that you're just ready to move forward. RID, so Dharmish is the person's name. He's a Sagittarius, and you want to know if there's potential for things to move forward. There is potential for things to move forward. It's a little slow and things are a little out of balance, but I would say I would give it to the end of the year. I would give it to the end of the year and see how you feel. Susie, exactly. That's why I'm going to ask her to block him. He was very abusive and manipulative and used to stalk me. Yeah, I know. I know, because I have a situation that's, I mean, it's a woman, but it's somebody who, to make a very long story short, has got it's like a family member, not a family member from me, but on Avery's side. And it's just enough. And I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, a manipulative person, somebody who I feel could be evil, somebody who does drugs and alcohol. Yeah. And you don't need to know where I am. You don't need to know where Avery is. You need to leave me alone. But it's unfortunate that one way or another she could find the information out. It's just, unless I take everything off the internet, and then even then, I mean, if she was crazy enough, she could hire a private investigator to follow me. I mean, people are nuts. People are nuts. Why would you want to put that time and effort into it? Why would you try, I mean, like, live your life, man? Like, leave me alone, right? Like, why would anybody want to, like, care enough about what was going on in somebody else's life that they're not involved with in any way, shape, or form? So yeah, I mean, I totally understand. It's just, if you're up there, there's other ways, and that's it's the scary thing about the internet. It's why it's good for a lot of reasons, but I think it's mostly negative. I think it's mostly negative. Hi, Adonis. Somebody was just looking for you. I can't remember who it was. Hadn't seen you in a while. I said, I don't know, maybe you were in school. Emily, reading about restarting the process for me getting a job at Z. Well, it's a slow and steady process. However, you do have a wish that comes true that could be bringing in choices and options around the process moving forward that leads to cause for celebration. It's slow, though. It's not going to happen overnight, but I think you're okay with that. Things could still be moving forward. I would give it a shot. People have nothing better to do, no, and they can't let it go. They're losers. They're losers. Adonis, V's intentions towards me at the time. For communication. That's immediate. Wants communication. There is comfort in feeling connected through communication. Oh, you're just sleeping in the morning. Oh, okay. That's better than being in school. Explore. I can't meditate right now. I'm so addicted to pop music. I find relaxing music irritating. Am I on the right track? Yes, you are. You know what? You don't... Everybody's idea of meditation could be different. It doesn't have to be relaxing music. It could be any music. It could be going out for a jog and listening to heavy metal music. Like, whatever you find is giving you peace is meditative. For some reason, for me, you know, like, a big thing for yoga is like meditate. We got to meditate. And it wasn't realistic for me. Like, they used to say, but when you get up in the morning, meditate for 1 minute, and every day add a minute. Now, I was teaching 6 a.m. yoga classes in New Jersey. So I was leaving my house at 4:30 in the morning. What time do you want me to get up to meditate? And I felt like, number one, I would fall back asleep. Number two, it was causing me more stress than it was doing me good. What I found helpful is I always left early to anywhere that I had to go. And I just like to just sit in the car for a few minutes. Just sit in the car with no music, just sit there. And I found that to be helpful. Everybody finds something different, and it doesn't have to be stereotypical, and you don't have to think you're doing something wrong because it doesn't fit into that mold. You know, some people find kickboxing to be a meditative thing. I don't. I found it to be very hard on the body, but yoga is meditative and you're actively moving. Like, you can do whatever it is that you feel is bringing you peace. It doesn't have to be what everybody else says you should be doing. So I think you're fine. Who is Monita? Me and Ruben's relationship. It looks a little bit like somewhat of a roller coaster. You have like romance heating up, but then somebody may be feeling stressed or burdened around an argument or a disagreement. But then after that, things begin to move forward again, and then things fall out of balance. So communicating your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful, but things look a little chaotic. Yeah, people have nothing better to do, and people think that they know something, right? I remember years ago, like before the internet, we were in high school. We used to like drive past people's houses, and we used to call it stalking. My friend, the cop, she's like, it's not stalking. But, and if they didn't want you to do it, they would have to tell you, I don't want you to drive past my house anymore. But what were we doing? We were just driving past to see whose car was there. And it's like the guy I had a crush on, if his car wasn't there, I thought, oh, maybe he's at work. Maybe I could catch him at work. And then we would drive past work. It was stupidity, but we thought we knew something. And we didn't. And it's the same thing with social media. People are only putting up there what they want people to see. People aren't putting up the truth. Some people are. You get, once in a while, you get the drama queen that's putting up everything because they want you to agree with them. But for the most part, they don't know anything, but they think that they know something. And it's stupid on so many levels. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. But people think that they're smart. I had another one. It would be amazing, right? That I have these kind of people around me. Another woman who is a family member who would go through my friends list on Facebook and then tell me who I couldn't be friends with. Like this one guy, I used to work with him at the grocery store. Nicest guy you ever want to meet. Doesn't live anywhere near here. He lives down south. And he comments a lot on my pictures. So she contacts me one night and says that she feels like he likes Avery too much and he likes me and that I shouldn't be friends with him. I should block him. And who the fuck are you? Excuse me, but who the fuck are you? So I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I just didn't block him. Like, why would I block him? He was a coworker of mine. He's totally harmless and he doesn't even live near here. What's he going to do? But can you imagine the nerve that somebody calls a grown woman and tells them who they can and can't be friends with? And that wasn't the first or the last time. That's just something recently that I thought about. Anyway. People think who the fuck they are. And I'm telling you, I'm not here for that. You're not going to fucking tell me who I can be friends with. Dakota, general for the week. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or receive good news that could be bringing in happiness. Old wounds heal and move into the past and life begins to move forward. Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Anxiety eases. A wish comes true. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. K, love for the week. Love for the week looks a little slow or there's indecision around it. Now, if you already have plans this week, not much is changing. But if you don't have anything planned or there's nobody around, there's probably not much happening this week. Listen to your intuition. Slow and steady wins the race. If you're currently with someone, communication may be helpful this week. Is there anybody else here I haven't answered for? Anybody else? That's it. Then I will wrap it up. I'll see you guys on TikTok at 2 or later today. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do one later this afternoon and not tonight, or I'll just come back on tonight. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how Avery is when she gets home. There's 2 more that just came through. Let me do those. Simran, why does HB Sagittarius constantly compare me to either their own kids or the women HB Aries brings to their home as their girlfriend? It's just who they are. They just may feel like, yeah, they just may compare people. Like they they weigh one person against the other, like what they think is the different people's strengths and weaknesses. They probably do it to a lot of people. They probably do it to people that they feel they can do it to. Yeah, which kind of goes back to what I was saying before about, imagine me having these kind of people in my life that think that they can tell me what to do. Of course, I would have those kind of people in my life because I allow it. So it's kind of like that. Like, you may have to set a strict boundary with this person if you don't want to hear it, but you won't stop them from doing it. Like, they're still going to be like that, but at least they won't say it to you. Sharon, do you think a better job within the school district is coming soon? Yeah, it could be before the end of this year. That's not bad. Could be before the end of this year. Okay, I'll wrap it up. I'll see you guys TikTok at 2 or later today on YouTube. Either way, I'll be back around at some point. Thank you all very much for being here. Have a nice evening, a nice morning, whatever time it is where you are. Bye-bye.